we're going to get started. Welcome to this presentation of Consciousness Ascending. My name is Benny Ferguson. I channel the non-physical collective known as Abraham. I've been channeling for a number of years now, over a decade. And we're excited to be here. If you're new, be sure to subscribe so that you're alerted whenever we are on here and we post new content. Check the description for other ways that you can connect to the community and other offerings that we have that are go deeper and allow us to be of even greater support. Today's topic is, what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the pleasure can be all yours. The seeker is that which is sought. The pleasure can be all yours. The seeker is that which is sought. All right, let's take a look. Conscious creators, you have to understand that, yes, the pleasure can be all yours. That which you seek to experience is already within you. And the challenge is that you're looking for the evidence of that truth outside of you, which in turn is what is causing you to express that you don't have it. And that's the conundrum. All right, so let's start with just emotional ideas. Let's start with that. Let's don't start with physical ideas, physical representations of things that you say you want or desire. You want a new position, you want a new job, you want a new career, you want a new relationship, you need to want a new car, you want a new house, all of those type things. Let's don't start there. Let's start on the emotional level of desire. The desire for love, the desire to be valued, the desire for respect, the desire to be considered, to be appreciated, to be recognized. And think about how that feels. Now think about the idea of when you feel that way. When someone says those things, or someone does those things, someone displays that behavior towards you, someone is caring towards you, someone is loving towards you, someone recognizes you, you feel appreciated, all of these things. Does the person or the thing actually place that feeling inside of you? That's the question. Does the person or the thing actually place that feeling inside of you? Or are they the catalyst to something that is already there? Think about it. Think about when you're watching a movie, right? When you're watching a movie at the theater or at your home, and that movie takes you through a wide range of emotions. It takes you through an entire spectrum of feeling on the inside. Is the movie or the participants in that movie placing those feelings and those surges of emotion and all of the things that you feel, are they placing those inside of you? Or are they just triggering and igniting something that's already there? From love to hate. From excitement and joy to frustration and anger. Think about it. Are they placing something inside of you, or are they triggering something that's already there? And this is not about good, bad, right, wrong, or any of those things, because none of those things exist in the truth of you and source. The frequency is too high. The vibration is too high, which means the perspective is above those physical plane ideas. They don't exist in that frequency, in that perspective, in that interpretation of life events. They don't exist. So when you look at it and you become aware that nothing is being placed inside of you, it's igniting things that are already there. And when you look at the breadth and the spectrum of feelings and emotions that you have felt over your lifetime, and you really realize and look at, nothing was placed inside of me, it's just I'm being triggered, by these events that I'm looking at and experiencing externally, and they're just triggering and igniting and activating things that are already inside of me. It's incredibly empowering. And that's why we say the pleasure can be yours. The seeker is that which is sought, because everything is already inside of you. And we're just talking about emotions and feelings. We're not talking about the physical things, but you are no different from the apple seed. Benny went and visited with family this past weekend, and his sisters walked him over to his cousins, walked him and his daughter over to his cousin's house, where she has all of these fruit trees, and she has animals, she has chickens and all these things, a mini farm that she has created in her living area or space. And she actually mentioned this in conversation, something that Benny has known for a long time, but hasn't registered, but is registering now as huge. The pear seed. The pear seed has the entire tree in it already. The apple seed has the entire apple in it. The apple seed, has the entire apple tree and the potential of all of the apples and all of the future seeds in it already. And every seed that you can think about and imagine at this moment has the potential, has the entire plant, the entire tree in it already. And it's the same for you as a human being. It's the same for you as a human being. Everything that you can imagine possible, every potential exists within you already. Now, we just got finished talking about the emotion side. Now, let's look at why this is so powerful. This is powerful because on your plane of existence, if we look to the ideas that you hold in high regard on your plane of existence, confidence, high self-value and self-worth, right? The ability to be disciplined, the ability to focus, the ability to be one who thrives, the ability to be decisive in your decision-making and your actions. All of those things you aspire to be if you're trying to be a leader, if you're trying to be an excellent parent or partner, if you're trying to be successful in your job or career, if you're trying to be a leader in your business, to be a strong, successful entrepreneur, all these things that you go to the conventions for, all these things that you pay for workshops for, all of these things that you're seeking when you're buying the books and watching the videos and all of these things, they're already there. All of these things exist in you already. You just merely need to activate them. Now, your challenge is you have been conditioned. Your challenge is you have been conditioned to the lower vibrational expressions, and you believe they are you. At the moment, you don't see yourself as expressing in a higher fashion, in a stronger, more empowered fashion, but the seeds of those expressions are already within you. You just merely need to activate them. And the funny thing is, if we go back to the movie idea, when you're watching a movie and you see the hero be a victor, and you feel that feeling that they are portraying as confidence, as a winner or a champion, and you're feeling those feelings, you're being that at that moment. You just didn't consciously activate it. It was activated. It was triggered by your observing of something outside of you. This is the reason people look outside of themselves for or as resources. This is the reason you look outside of yourself for confidence. This is the reason you look outside of yourself for leadership. This is the reason you look outside of yourself for love. For you have been conditioned to believe in the external. You have been conditioned to believe in that which is coming in through your senses. And you have yet to realize that that which you are feeling as a result of your observation through your senses is a triggering, is an activating of that which is already in you. The confidence is already there. The leadership capabilities and how that feels is already there. The beauty is already there. The love is already there. Think about the feeling that you feel when, if you're a driver and you've ever been driving in an animal, a family of helpless animals, a family of geese or something of that nature is walking across the highway, and you and everyone else stops on a highway. Benny has seen it on the interstate with multiple lanes on both sides. The vehicle stopped to allow the animals to cross, hopefully, successfully. What is it that caused you to do that? Unconditional love, unconditional compassion, no expectation. The animals don't need to pay a fee, they don't need to pay a toll, they don't need to wave, they don't need to say thank you. Unconditional love is what is activated. No expectation whatsoever. Just absolute love and beauty and reverence for life is what caused you to stop on the highway to allow the animals to cross. You were in a hurry, but that didn't matter anymore. You were late, but that didn't matter anymore. It's already there. It's already within you. You just really need to access it and activate it and make it your dominant expression. And make it your dominant expression. The pleasure can be yours right now. The freedom that you desire can be yours right now. The inner peace can be yours right now. It's already there. The confidence that you need to take that next step in your business is already there. The ability to relate to your partner in a higher fashion that will increase your relationship is already there. The ability to connect and relate to your children in a higher fashion is already there. The conditioning is masking it over. The programming, the low vibrational programming that you have been subjected to over your lifetime is masking it over. And when you look outside yourself for the source, you are relinquishing your power. This is a beautiful thing, because when you really begin to realize it and you really begin to play and practice with the potential of who you could be, when you begin to access these things and make them your normal expression, the question then becomes, what's not possible for you? What's not possible? Is there anything that's not possible when you can access and activate the necessary states of being that allow you to be and create the thing? Right? The only reason you haven't stepped forward into that which you are inspired to be, do, and have is because there's a fear. There's a hesitation. There's a misinterpretation of what's possible for you. That's the only reason you haven't stepped into it. But when you realize that the opposite of that which you are feeling, that which most are constantly looking outside of themselves for, is already inside of you, and you merely need to activate it. As a matter of fact, you have felt it many, many times over your lifetime, just not with a level of consistency have you expressed it, but you have felt it as a result of it being activated by external sources. When you realize that all you have to do is begin to access those things consciously and continue to access them, play and practice with them so that they become dominant in your expressing, then there's nothing you can't create as experience for yourself. And these are not things, once again, we say this all the time. These are not things that you are meant to believe just because we said it. These are things that we suggest you play and practice with so that you can prove it to yourself through experience. With all of this, whether you're getting this information from us or someone else, prove it to yourself through experience. That way, when your realization sets in, when your awareness expands to allow in and be able to hold the information until it becomes a part of you and who you are and you're expressing. And when that happens, it can't be taken away. Right? The same as those of you who can drive. Nobody can tell you that you can't drive. You've proven it to yourself over and over again. And it's the same with this material. Prove it to yourself. Play with these ideas until you prove them to yourself. And when you have done that, now you are engaged in the stacking. The stacking of the knowledge, the stacking of the understanding with the evidence of your experience. And with that, you continue to expand and evolve into a higher and higher and more capable being with even greater capacity to create and establish experiences that they are inspired to, free of fear, free of hesitation, which is our goal for you, is to accelerate this process of growth and expansion so that you can begin to authentically and uniquely act on that which you are inspired to be, do, and have in your lifetime. That's our goal. That's our passion. And that's what we're excited for each of you. We're thankful for those of you who have participated in supporting the creation of this interaction. We're thankful for each of you who have found this recording and allowed us to be of support in that manner. If you have any questions or comments that you would like us to interact with you on, feel free to place those in the chat and we will take a few moments to discuss those before we close out. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So again, thank you very much, each of you who have supported the creation of this interaction. Thank you again for those of you who have found us via the recording. If you have found value, be sure to subscribe. Check the description for ways that you connect in a higher fashion with us and know about other offerings that come available on and off this platform. We're excited for each of you. We love you very much, and we will talk to you soon.